Bank Supervision Department of Central Bank has issued a press release dated 20th July 2022 on concessions to affected borrowers of licensed banks amidst the prevailing extraordinary macroeconomic circumstances. With the outbreak of pandemic, Central Bank has introduced several concessionary schemes since March 2020 to assist affected borrowers. Such concessions include concessionary debt moratoriums, loan restructuring or rescheduling, suspension of recovery actions, low-cost working capital loans, and waivers of fees and charges for certain banking transactions. These concessions were provided to individuals, including private sector employees and SMEs, and other business engaged in tourism, transportation, manufacturing, services, agriculture, construction, apparel, IT, and related logistics services. Accordingly, last phase of moratorium granted to COVID affected borrowers ended on 31st December 2021, while the last phase of moratorium granted to the tourism sector ended on 30th June 2022. In the meantime, CBSL has required the licensed banks to set up post-COVID revival units in licensed banks in order to identify and assist underperforming and non-performing borrowers affected by the pandemic for the purpose of reviving viable businesses with the potential of contributing to the national economic growth, thus facilitating the unwinding of moratorium in a sustainable manner. Considering the current macroeconomic challenges and the requests made by several stakeholders, including government institutions, CBSL has requested to provide appropriate concessions for a period of 6 months to borrowers whose income or businesses have been adversely affected due to the current macroeconomic and or due to COVID pandemic, while preventing any undue stress on the banking sector sustainability or stability. These concessions are provided on a case-by-case basis, depending on the future repayment capacity of the individuals and the viability of businesses of the projects. Salient features of the concessions are summarized below. Concessions number 1. Concessions for performing credit facilities for capital or interest or both capital and interest or part thereof. Second is for concessions for non-performing credit facilities. However, licensed banks are requested to suspend recovery actions against credit facilities classified as non-performing after 1st January 2020. SME petty millers are given further concessions subject to the conditions. Nevertheless, these concessions are not available for willful defaulters or defaults due to diversion of funds or misuse of funds, management and or frauds and unviable projects. Moreover, CBSL has issued instructions on repayment plans as well as interest rate applicable for amount for the period of concessions. Further, they have given instructions on opportunities to settle the loans early without any additional costs. Licensed banks have been requested not to decline the new loan applications from eligible borrowers under this scheme solely based on adverse PRIP reports. Affected borrowers are requested to apply for the above concessions on or before 31st July 2022 in writing or through electronic means. Applicants will be duly informed regarding the decision of the respective bank within 1 month of the receipt of the request. In the case of a rejected application, bank should inform the applicant reason for the rejection and there is an opportunity to appeal against such rejection to the Director, Financial Consumer Relations Department of CBSA. Banks and borrowers are expected to collaborate in implementing and availing these concessions. Further details on COVID-19 revival units and the concessions available for affected borrowers can be obtained by referring to the shown links of central bank. With that, we'll be concluding and thanks